Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, June 3rd, 2020. We're again in the final hour of the trading day. I mention this each day, but in my opinion, the best time to make your buying and selling decisions is at the end of the day, in the last hour, and in particular in the last few minutes. During the day traders, you have the algorithms, you have the day traders. They are controlling the price. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in with size. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best technology, best information, and they make the majority of their buying and selling decisions in that last hour, and they move the price. They take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them smart money, and so I like to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions based upon those closing prices or as it gets close to the closing price. So anyway, thank you all for coming today. I really do appreciate it. I always look forward to seeing everyone. Boy, what a day today. I'm just kind of blown away, to be honest with you. I'm just blown away by this market. The Dow Jones is up 476 points. It's up 1.85%. The NASDAQ is up 73 points, up only 0.76%, and the S&P is up 39.21, up 1.26%, and the Russell 2000 is up 2.75%. So the clear winner today is the Russell 2000. The clear loser is the NASDAQ, even though it's still up on the day. So all right, let's take a look. Hey, Kamal, good to see you, bud. Always nice to have Kamal here. Appreciate it, my friend. Dan is here. Hey, Dan, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Dan says, hi, Greg and everyone. And David is here. Hey, Dave, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a good afternoon in Colorado. So, well. Hey, Steve Burns is here as well. Hey, buddy. Good to see you, Steve. Hello, everyone. Looks like the risk off rotation inside the stock market. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is with the Dow Jones being up 500 points. Incredible. Thank you, Steve, for coming. Really appreciate it. It's always an honor to have you here. And it was kind of sad last night with your video newsletter. Last night was your last one. I've been watching those for 2 years. And anyway, I want to thank you for putting that all together. It's been helpful for me. I'm sure it's been helpful to a lot of other people. But it looks like Steve's going to retire that service and work on some other e-courses, which I will be looking forward to seeing for sure when they come out. If it's from Steve, it's definitely good. So anyway, good to see you, buddy. And I know you're having a good day, so we will go through when we look at everybody's positions and take a look at those. So, all right. Well, here is the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to go through my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, what methodology I was using, what setup I was using to enter the trade, and then most importantly, how I'm going to manage them going forward, either to the upside or to the downside. After that, we are going to go through some of the positions that you in the chat have shared with me, and looks like we have some good ones going there today. We will take a look at those. After that, I'm going to do a few minutes on trader psychology. I mention this every day, but in my opinion, the most important part of trading, the greatest skill that you can develop in trading is following your plan. And that comes down to psychology and discipline, right? And you're always dealing with fear and greed. Those are the two emotions that you're always dealing with each day. And it's tough. It's important to learn how to trade. It's important to put together a trading plan, but then following that plan, that's where the tough work lies. And if you've noticed that you're having an issue with following your trading plan, you need to work on that. One of the best ways to do that is just reduce your position size. That is the best way to reduce your emotions and then follow your plan. And really, in the long run, that's the only way you're going to be a profitable trader, is if you can follow your plan. So I like to talk about that. After that, we are going to go down through my watch list. I have 3 requirements before I enter a trade at the end of the day. First of all, I need to see a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up. I look at each indicator as a potential group of buyers, and you will put yourself in the best position, increase your chances dramatically if you are in the company with as many other buyers as possible. So that's why I like to look for a combination or a confluence of indicators. That's step one, or requirement number one. Requirement number two, want to make sure that I have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1. I want to be able to make at least 2 to 1 to the upside. More is better, based upon valid resistance above me and valid support underneath me if I'm wrong. And then number three, just make sure you're always aware of correlation. Do you have too many stocks in any one industry? Spread it out, have some diversification. And if you can, also spread it out, maybe get into something like oil or gold or bonds, something outside of equities. So those are my 3 requirements. Going to go through. If I find something, I'll place the trade at the end of the day after the market closes. If anybody has any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them, happy to clarify anything I discussed. If you have any symbols that you would like me to look at, I'm happy to give you my opinion. If you have any symbols that you'd like me to look at before the market closes, I'm happy to look at those as well. Just make sure you put a little asterisk or emoji or something by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I'll do my very best to get to it before the end of the day. And then after the market closes, if you have any new positions that you'd like me to put on the board, or you would like me to take off some positions that are on the board, if you could, please do it then. Then the market's closed, the pressure's off. There's always a lot of things to handle on my end here, so it takes a little time, and I want to make sure that I get them right. So if you could please wait till the end, I would appreciate that. So, all right, that looks like it is it. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right. Hey, Scatty is here. Good to see you, Scatty. Kamal says, thanks, Steve Burns. I just signed up a month ago. Thank you for doing the newsletter. Yes, fantastic. I'm sad to see it go, to be honest with you. Bacon Bandit says, Steve, loved your meme on Twitter. New trader, good trading system. High risk trade. Hey, Bacon Bandit, guess what? That's the one I'm highlighting today. How about that? Good to see you, Bacon Bandit. Hope you're doing well there in Texas. Muhammad is here. Hi, Muhammad. Good to see you. Hi, Greg and fellow traders. Hello, sir. Nice to see you. Thanks, Bacon Bandit. That got a ton of likes. And it did get a ton of likes, and it stuck out to me, so that's why I'm going to talk about that today. Andrea. Hi, Andrea. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Always nice to have Andrea back. Hope you're doing well. Gary M. Hey, Gary, good to see you. And I'm looking forward to our 3rd lesson tonight. We're going to do some higher low V1s, return to value V1. So that's our lesson plan tonight. Looking forward to that. Christopher Hitchin. Hey, good to see you. Hope you're doing well over there in England. Thank you for coming by. Frank is here. Hey, Frank, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Christopher says, hope you're all staying safe. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is as well. Miko, hey, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Always nice to have Miko here as well. All right. Well, we got a lot to do today, so let's get to it. All right. First on tap is JO, which is Bloomberg Coffee. I did buy it back on the June 1st, my mom's birthday. At 31.06, I bought it because we had this nice bullish engulfing bar. We went under 30, over 30. We had a V1. We closed over the 3rd ATR channel. You know, I talk about having a combination of confluence of indicators. Well, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I had 3 of them. So I look at that as 3 groups of buyers: the under over 30 group, the V1 group, and the close above the negative third Keltner channel group. Yesterday it was down slightly. I can't remember. Looks like it was down slightly. But today it's up. It's up 0.68%. I did hit one profit target right here at the open today, right on the open. It's moved down since then, but that's why I like scaling out, everybody, because sometimes you'll get these gaps overnight. You'll hit that one profit target. So anyway, so far so good, profitable on the trade, and happy for that. I guess I should say the orange line here, this is 1 ATR for my entries. So if and when it can get at least that high, then I will start trailing this. It hasn't moved high enough for me to start trailing this yet. SPY. All right. Well. Famous overnight SPY trade. In case we have some new viewers today, I do buy the SPY every single day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning. I do this based upon a back-tested study from Liz Ann Saunders, Appy Spoke Invest. This back test started in 1993, every day since 1993. First approach, buy the SPY at the open, hold it through the day, sell it at the close. If you would have used this approach, negative 13.9% return for all your trouble and work. However, if you do the opposite, which is what I do, I buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight, I take that overnight risk, and I sell it first thing the next morning. Using this approach, it returned a positive 634.2% return. So big difference between buying at the close, selling in the morning, and buying in the morning and selling at the close. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. This is true. It may never work again ever in the history of the world, but since 1993 it has worked well. You can see the equity curve. There's ups and downs, but over time it has just gone up. So that is why I use this approach. I did buy the SPY yesterday at the close at 308.08. Sold it first thing this morning at 310.26. So not too shabby, right? This has been a fantastic month for this approach. 100% beautiful. So we're up at a 69.60 RSI. Every fiber in my body does not want to buy this at the end of the day, but I'm going to, because I stick with my plan, right? And so I will be buying this again at the end of the day. All right, look at this. This has been a monster trade. This is Boeing. It's up 12.71% today. I did buy this on the weekly, similar to the JO, the coffee. What happened was we had really nice sideways motion. We attempted to go down, and then next bar we formed a V2. Here's bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 2 washed out, bar 1, bar 3 closed above bar 1's close. We also went under 30, over 30, under the negative third channel, over the negative third ATR channel. And so far, wait a minute. Let's see. Let me make sure that's correct. Yeah, 26.32% return on this one. Fantastic. Last week I did hit one profit target, hit another profit target today on the weekly, and we did see the orange line. This was 1 ATR for my entry. So now that it is there, I will start trailing this trade. It wasn't high enough yet for me to start trailing. Now it's extended. It's extended 1 ATR for my entry. So a close below the previous day's low. On the downside, to the upside, if we reject the 50 RSI, that will be my initial profit target as well. But this is unbelievable. I mean, just this week up 18.53, and I think up 20, whatever I said, 22 or 23% so far. So this was a monster trade. This is my biggest percentage trade of the year. Oh, I should say, I know somebody's in this. Pinsky and Company and MA are in this. So fantastic. Hope both of you are still in this. So nice going. Amazon. All right. So this one I'm down on a little, not too big of a deal. I did short this back on 522 on the weekly as well. We rejected the third ATR channel, had a false breakout from this previous high, so it rejected the third ATR channel. It had a false breakout and went from over 70, under 70. Initially, it went my way. I did cover down here, and it's up this week 1.58%. Not too bad. This previous high here is my stop. So currently it is above my stop, but this is a weekly trade, so I'll wait till the end of the week to either get out of this. But anyway, this one is down a little bit, but not too bad. Etsy. So, perfect example of a return to value V1. Here we are above the 1 ATR channel. We come into the value zone, we get sideways motion, we get stability, consolidation. On the day that I bought it, it spiked down, it tested the prices down here, reversed right back up, giving me a V1. Here's day one, here's day two. Day two washes out day one, day two closes above day one's close. It's moved up, down, up, down a little bit. It has moved more than 1 ATR for my entry. So whenever that happens, I start trailing. So if I were to get a close below yesterday's low, I would get out. Tomorrow, I would get out and lock in profits if I had a close below today's low. But anyway, so far, pretty good. Up about 6.64%. Alibaba. All right. Whoa. Oh, and I should say Karen, Binghe, and Miko are also in Etsy. So good job, Karen, Binghe, and Miko. Alibaba, we have Miko, David, Pinsky and Company, Frank, and Karen, and myself. I did buy Alibaba back here on the 29th of May. In my opinion, we had two pretty good indicators here. We had a 5 crossing under the 20 and back over. We went under 50, over 50, and we had a bullish engulfing bar. This bar, the entry bar, went lower than the previous day's low, higher than the previous day's high. I bought it here at 206.69. Didn't do much the next day. Yesterday had a great day. I can't remember. I think I hit 2 profit targets. Then today I have hit another profit target. So this is great. This is up about 5.6% from entry to current price. And so those are my positions. Now, I did have 3 day trades today, and I lost on 2 of them and made on 1 of them, which is unfortunate because they were to the upside. How did I do that? But anyway, this is a good example. We were in the value zone. We had a nice washout bar. This is the 5 minutes. I did not wait for comp at the close of the bar. I bought it right here when it triggered the V1, but at the end of the bar, it untriggered. So I had to get out. And if I would have just waited for the confirmation of the close, then I would not have gotten in the trade. But it wasn't too bad of a loss. I did get in here at 236.47, got out at 236.34. But you know, sometimes buying them before they confirm, you get a big head start if it moves up. But the downside is that if it untriggers, then you take a little bit of a loss. So anyway, not too bad of a loss there. And then Apple. I had 2 trades on Apple. Right here, we had a 520 crossover on the 5 minute. We also had this bullish engulfing bar. So I did buy it here at 3, and it was in the value zone. So all in all, pretty good. I bought it at 323.82. It held for 1 bar. The next bar, the 520 crossed under, getting me out. So I got in for a quick loss, 323.82, got out at 322.66. And then I was like, boy, my day trade's not going so well today. But then, here we go. Actually, let me take this trade just to free that up there. Yeah, here we go. So look at this. Here we have sideways motion in the value zone, higher low V1 was below the 1 ATR channel, came into the value zone, created a higher low V1, and also, I'll tell you, probably one of my favorite setups. Do you see how not only did I have a V1 from the previous bar, washed it out, closed above, but I also washed out the low of this range? I'm going to have to come up with a word for that when you wash out the range and you form a V1. But anyway, it was a good trade. I got in here at 323.48, moved up nicely right away, no problems, and I had to get out here at 323.95. So I got in at 323.48, got out at 323.95 when we had to close below the previous day's low. So those are my day trades. And now let's see. So all in all, really good, really great day. Let's take a look over here at everybody else's trades. All right, Virgin Galactic. Gary did buy the 520 crossover on Virgin like I did, and then I got stopped out yesterday with a bunch of other people when it closed under. Gary decided to keep it, and good for him. This is technically a higher low V1 when you look at it, right? We washed out yesterday, reversed back above. Looks like we rejected the 50. So nice, Gary. UNG Quad bought the V1, the breakout of the false breakout of the previous low over here. Immediately went against him. Oh, I bought this also. That's right. I bought this also. Then I got out here yesterday, moved 2 days ago, moved sideways, and then up nicely today, although it is much lower than the open. So anyway, that worked out for Quad to hold it. Roku. Ooh, all right. Well, this one's not looking so hot tamale. But Kamal did buy this with a nice V2 here. Day 1, day 2, day 3. Day 2 washes out day 1. Day 3 closed above day 1's close. We also rejected the 50-day moving average. Moved up nicely for 2 days. Had a bit of a reversal bar yesterday. And today it kind of puked down 6.3%. So anyway, sorry about that, Kamal. Glenn did buy Netflix. He bought it intraday back here on the 27th when it bounced right at the 50-day moving average. He got a great price, 403.16. Moved up, and it's down just a little bit today. So really nice trade so far. All right, Kamal and Frank had a beautiful higher low V1 bullish engulfing bar on GIB. Bought it here at 62.18 on the 22nd of May. This thing has just been a nice mover all the way. That was a really good setup. I can't remember who pointed that out to me, whether that was Frank or whether that was Kamal, but really, really nice trade. It's definitely moving up. Is getting close to that third ATR channel, so everybody keep that in mind. AGQ, all right, so this one's down a bit. Kamal has had a great trade on this. He's sold half and sold another half, I can't remember, but he bought this with the 520 crossover. At the high, it was up 44%. Now it's up about 31.28%. I think he is doing that based off of the silver. I think losing the 5 on the EMA. I believe that was his stop. So if I'm wrong on that, please let me know, Kamal. But great trade. MA, look at this. Here again, here's a V1 with the false breakout from the previous low. Boy, those are good. Those are good signals. Bought that at 55.57, moved up, and this has just been a one-way move all the way up. Boy, how high is this? It's up 10.84%. Wow, nice, MA. SSO, Steven having a great day. Steven bought the 1050 EMA crossover at 115.45. 1050 EMA crossover is a good cross, does back test well. Currently, this is up 10.8%, so fantastic. Boy, there's just been some monster monster moves here. Unbelievable. Looks like it's battling with the 200-day moving average there. All right, quad. Quad did buy plug at 433 with this V1. Went up initially, came down. Now it's just kind of building that base again. So down a touch today, down a little bit on the trade. Okay, USO, Karen and MA bought this nice higher low V2 in the value zone on USO at 21.49, and this has just been a monster. Look at this. This is up 26.09%. So fantastic, Karen and MA. Bing He, again, look everybody. V1, rejection of the third ATR channel, false breakout from this previous low. Boom, 30.63, and this is motoring up beautifully for Bing He. Glad to see that for Bing He. BGS also had also a Bing He trade at 43.04, and it is moved up nicely. DDM, last one. Okay, so Steve did buy DDM back on 527, 1050 EMA cross. He bought it here at 39.27. This is double leveraged Dow. Fantastic. And so Steve is currently up 7.64% on that trade. So congratulations to everybody. What a monster day, and just some really, really great trades. Okay. Glenn says, hi Greg, rotation trade from tech into XLI and XLF. Yep, tech's been a little weak. Marco, buddy, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a nice evening. Thank you for coming here. Appreciate it. Frank has a poem. One stock doesn't know you're alive, nor does it care if you thrive or survive. So save your emotion, avoid the commotion, trade at your pace, and stay out of the race. You just might make money with a smile on your face. Oh, excellent. Let me take another crack at that. A stock doesn't know you're alive, nor does it care if you thrive or survive. So save your emotion, avoid the commotion, trade at your pace, and stay out of the race. You just might make money with a smile on your face. Oh, that's a really good one, Frank. Thank you so much. I always appreciate the effort, my friend. Let me put this up here. There's the first one. Boy, that's a really good one. Really good one. Thank you. Okay. Zach is here. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming. Boss John says, hello, all. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good evening. Steve says, my current positions from entry SSO 10.81 and DDM 7.33. Yep, I just went over those. Very nice, Steve. Gary M says, I'm out. I sold yesterday at the close of space. Okay. Darn. All right, so we'll take that off then. All right, so listen, this is the time of the day that I like to talk about trading psychology or trading philosophy or good trading words of wisdom. There's a lot of good Facebook and Twitter channels out there that do daily posts that have a really lot of information. Normally, somebody posts, a paragraph or something, but today I think this is the first meme I've ever commented on. I'm not sure. This is from Stephen Burns, our friend Stephen, in the New Traders, Rich Traders channel on Facebook. If you haven't subscribed to that, I really would. But let's take a look here. Here's a meme. Here's a dude. He's looking at this girl over here, and his girlfriend is not happy, obviously. So he is the new trader. The girl here is the big risky trade. And the nice girlfriend over here is a good trading system. And so He's turning his back literally on a good proven trading system and looking for thinking that the big risky trade is the one that's appealing. And this picture says a lot. I mean, if you have a good trading approach, if you have a good solid trading approach, maybe it doesn't make home run hits, but it hits doubles, singles and doubles on a pretty consistent basis. The big risky trade over here where you can make a ton or lose a ton may look appealing, but you can just tell, right? He should just stick with his good trading system, proven trading system person over here instead of chasing something that's a big risky trade. It's the grass is greener situation, right? No matter how you trade, somebody's going to talk about some approach that they use that made tons and tons of money. And then you might want to go, oh, I got to get over on that approach. Well, listen, sometimes they're going to work, sometimes they're not. But are you familiar with that system? Do you really understand it? My suggestion would find a trading approach that really fits your personality, that works well, that's consistent, hits doubles, singles and doubles, and just let the big risky trade go. But anyway, this was great, Steve. Thank you so much. Appreciate you sharing. But stick with your good trading system and stick with what you know. Steve says, LOL, that's hilarious. A lot of truth in that meme. There is a lot of truth in that meme. Dan says, Steve, so funny. I'm paying attention. Thank you. Okie dokie. Let's see how what's happening over here. So JO is doing good. Really glad that I hit a profit target on that. Had not traded JO before. SPY is just cranking. Be buying that at the end of the day. BA up 12.48% today. It's fantastic. Amazon is my short, so that one is against me, but it's only up 0.5%. Etsy's having a nice comeback. I'm glad to see that. Still down a bit, but not too bad. Alibaba, boy, up 1.94%. That second profit target may be in play. All right. And then Q's. And then Apple. I'm seeing a rotation, at least right now, back into tech. Earlier it was the opposite, but now I see it going back into tech. All right. All right. So listen, I'm going to go down through the watch list and look for those confluence of indicators, right? Look for the good risk to reward ratio, keeping in mind boy, I blanked there on the word. Too many positions. I don't know why I blanked on the word. But before we do that, correlation. Sorry. But before we do that, just a reminder to myself and a reminder to everyone else, please choose wisely today with your trades. Make sure you have good signals, confluence, combination, indicators. Make sure you keep in mind risk to reward. Make sure you keep in mind account heat, correlation. Do you really need the trade? Are you doing it for excitement? Or is it a legitimate trade? So thank you, Diane Cooper, whoever you are. But reminder to me, reminder to everyone else there as we get near the close, please choose wisely today. All right, here we go. Apple. Apple's interesting here, everybody. Look at this. We are getting very close to this previous high before we had a big move down, right about 327. We are at a 69.29 RSI, and we're getting close to the third ATR channel. So a lot of resistance doesn't mean we can't break through, but there's some red flags here. We're at previous resistance. We're near the third ATR channel. We have bearish MACD cross under, and we're at a 70 RSI. So not saying that it can't break out. It very well might, but I guess the point I'm mentioning there is, you know, if I had Apple here, I would definitely be very careful. I'm looking for a pullback into the value zone. I'm not going to buy it here at a 69 RSI. I'd like to see a pullback into the value zone as long as the RSI was not too high. Maybe even a pullback to the third ATR channel. I think that's within the possibilities. So nothing on Apple today. Adobe. Nothing here. Pull back into the value zone is what I'd be looking for. What I'm concerned is, look, we have a high with very high MACD. We have another high with less high MACD. We have another high with even less high MACD. Here we haven't made a new high, but we don't have a lot of MACD. So it's running out of momentum from a momentum standpoint, from a MACD indication. All right, Amazon, I have this one. I am currently short this, but if I was looking for a long position, I'd look for a pullback into the value zone now. Boeing I have. This is fantastic. But I bought this on a weekly trade here, so I'm just playing this out on the weeklies, not on the dailies. If I was doing this from the daily, it's a 68.72 RSI. So if I was trading this on the daily, which I'm not, I would look for a rejection of the 70 RSI. Alibaba, Miko, Dave, Pinsky, Frank, and myself and Karen have this trade. Really nice trade so far. I'm in trailing stop mode on this at the moment, so close below the previous day's low. Berkshire Hathaway. Man, you remember down here, I was really looking for an entry down here, but I never got a solid entry, unfortunately. But I do manage a different account that I did buy some in, so thankfully, but not for me. This is up 2.86% today. Beautiful. Beyond Meat, it's actually down a little bit. I don't see anything on Beyond Meat. Caterpillar right up against that 200-day moving average. So if I be looking to enter Caterpillar, I look for a pullback here into the value zone. Combination of the value zone and the 50-day moving average might be a good spot. Carnival Cruise Line's doing very well. Looking for a pullback into value for that. Dow Jones Industrial. Closing above the 200, that is very, very strong. So nothing I can do here with the Dow. Walt Disney up a little bit today. It's a bit range bound. I'd be looking for a pullback into the value zone. Etsy I have. Facebook actually down today. Interesting, huh? Interesting. Looking for a pullback into the value zone. Tim Bates is here. Hello, Tim. Nice to see you. Gold. Well, listen, looks like we have a 520 cross under finally on gold. So now it uncrossed. So the next time it crosses, as long as it's not too high, I can look to take that trade. I would also look for gold. It would have to go up for that crossover to happen. I'd also look for gold near a 30 RSI. So to the upside, 520 cross. To the downside, a deep dip buy at the 30. Google down slightly today, looking for a pullback. Goldman Sachs broke above the 200, 65.90 RSI. Boy, we are pretty high up here. We are pretty high up here. So nothing here on Goldman. Home Depot is down just a bit today. IBB is just range bound. I don't see anything there. Intel into the value zone did form a V1, but it would a bit too high for me and not any sideways motion in the value zone. A little sideways motion up here, but that's actually down today. Can everybody hear me, by the way? Let me check. Hold on. Give me a second, please. Okay, so you can hear me. Good, good, good. All right, sorry, I saw that. Okay, good, thanks, Kamal. Okay. Russell 2000, it's gonna have to deal with the 200 there, so I don't see anything there. Johnson & Johnson up a little bit today. I don't see anything there either. We have a 520 crossover. I did back test it. Tim Bates, I can hear you, but it doesn't always mean I listen. Gotcha. CarMax, very, very strong today. Coca-Cola, beautiful day here. Look for a pullback. Lockheed Martin, nice, big, strong day on Lockheed. I don't see anything there. MasterCard up a little bit, but pretty much range bound here still. Mickey D's getting up there. Look at that confluence there, though, of the 200A and the third ATR channel. A lot of resistance there. Merck up against resistance there. I don't see anything. Microsoft up a little bit, up a smidge. I don't see anything there either. Netflix down today, but off of its lows. Nike, big, strong day. Holy smokes, look at that. Up 3.65%. Mount Doji likes to trade Nike, so hopefully he has that. Philip Morris up today as well. I don't see any signals there. PayPal holding above the 70 RSI. We do have a double top bearish divergence, though, meaning that here's our move up with the high bars. We have a pullback. Now we go even higher, no green bars. This is called the double top with the bearish divergence. The Qs, 69.64, and it does look like it is breaking out to a new high. Unbelievable. Let me go over here. Yeah, looks like we broke out to a new high. 69.63, so be interesting to see how it reacts around this previous high, if we can continue to move forward or not. But we are up in pretty rarefied air there with the 70 RSI. Silver down today. SPY, we'll be buying this at the end of the day. We are currently above 70 RSI. Teladoc, setting up possibly here for a higher low V1 or V2. We closed below the 1 ATR channel. We went into the value zone. Now we've had a couple days down. Looks like this is close to a quarter washout. Could have the possibility for a V2 tomorrow, a higher low V2 in rejection of the -1 ATR channel. Oh boy, bonds. Look at bonds. Holy smokes. It kind of held this low over here and then just boom. We did reject the third ATR channel. Interesting. I think the best thing that could happen here is that it could move sideways now, go under 30, back over 30, also trigger a V1 or a V2. That might be an interesting place to go long bonds, but not for me right now. Tesla up a little bit today. We also have a double top with the bearish divergence. Here we have a high with the high MACD bars. We pull back, we go red. Now we're higher with only a little green. So this is a This is a double top with the bearish divergence, but it is still holding its newer range here. So it's not a false breakout with the bearish divergence, but it is a bearish divergence, but no trigger there. Whoa. Look at Twitter. My gosh. I guess this V2 would have been the one to buy here, but this was too high for me. It's up at 66.21 above the third ATR channel. That is very strong to be able to close above the third ATR channel, but I don't see anything there. United Continental up 12.84% today. Fantastic. If anybody has UAL, boy, nobody wanted it down here. Now everybody wants it up here. Natural gas up for Bob and for Quad. United Healthcare down 6 cents on the day here. A little high up here. Look for a pullback. Oil, Karen, and MA. What a great trade on this, over 20%. Unbelievable. Fantastic. Brilliant. The dollar continues to go lower. Remember yesterday it went under 30, over 30, but I didn't buy it because I said that's all it had. It didn't have a double bottom, bullish divergence, false breakout, nothing like that. Good thing I didn't, because boy, did it get sold into today. VIX. You know, what's interesting about VIX is we're starting to make this sideways base here. We're at the same price. We are at the same price now on the indexes, on some of the indexes, as the price down here. So we're at the same height, like on the Qs, for example. We're at the same height now when the VIX was down here. Now it's forming a base here. Interesting, right? That this base is so much higher than this base, even though some of the indexes are exactly at the same spot. So what I'd like to point out here is, do you see how we did break down to a new low from this previous low? Tomorrow, if we were to create a V2 and go up and close above yesterday's close, that would be a false break. That would be a V2, but it would also be a false breakout of this low. It's one of my favorite setups. So it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but if it did, I would buy it. Verizon up a bit today, but nothing too interesting. Walgreens, looks like it's closing below its open. I don't see anything there. Walmart, well, remember, I'm always on the lookout for sideways motion, right? Here we're above the value zone, into value zone, sideways, 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 sideways. This baby will probably pop one way or the other. Just don't know which way or when. But if tomorrow, we had a move down and reversal back up, I would be interested in buying that, but nothing today. Energy, I know, had a good day. Wow, look at that, up at the third ATR channel. Remember, 92% of prices do tend to fail or stall out at the third ATR channel. Financials, wow, unbelievable. That is a monster day. 4% on an index is huge. Real estate. I am actually thinking about taking a short position in real estate today. The reason why, we almost pegged this 100-day moving or the 200-day moving average here. We got very close to a 70. If you look over on the weekly, do you see how we also have the 50-week moving average here? So I think it's worth a shot. I am going to short this today. My stop would be a close over the 200-day, hopefully for a small loss if I'm wrong. And if I'm right, possibly a pullback all the way to here. But again, the reason why is because on the weekly, I have a confluence of resistance. On the weekly, at the 50-week moving average is resistance. On the daily, 200-day, it almost pegged, and it looks like it almost rejected the 70 RSI. So that's, to me, this does seem like it gives a good risk to reward ratio. So I am going to, unless this closes over 70 or closes over the 200-day moving average, I would not take it. But if it closes under both, I would take it. And I will take it today. Utilities. Looks like it is closing above the 200. MA, beautiful trade. Holy smokes. Healthcare just moving sideways. And Zoom. Woo. Boy, up 7% today. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, Gary, you and I were talking about this, right? You know, the dangers of shorting into, or basically taking a position into earnings. And good thing nobody did that. So looks like for me, real estate is the only thing I am going to take a shot at here today. Let me take a quick look and see what's happening with current positions here. All right. Coffee doing fine. SPY already have that programmed in. We'll buy that at the close of the day. Boeing up 12.64%. Unbelievable. Fantastic. That's a monster trade. Amazon, I am down on this one. This is the short. Etsy, I'm in trailing stop mode. And Alibaba, ooh, getting high. Going to be interested to see how it reacts around this previous high. If it gets there. If it gets a little janky over here or a little squirrely over here, I would take it off. But anyway, I'm just so glad all 1, 2, 3, 5 of you have this trade. And let's see here. So Bob and Quad have UNG. It's looking good. Let's see here. Oh, Steve says, I'm exiting SSO and DDM into the 70 RSI area. Okay. I don't blame you at all. Those were great trades, Steve. And now, if they close over 70, I'm not sure if you will keep them or not, but if you could kind of give me maybe a reminder or a confirmation when I go through these and update everything. But as of right now, Steve says I'm exiting SSO and DDM into the 70 RSI area. I don't blame you at all. Yeah, we have a lot of confluences there. I mean, think about it the other way. If we were at the 200-day moving average below us and it was a 30 RSI, we'd be looking to buy. So, you know, another way to think of it here we have two areas of resistance lining up here, the 70 RSI and the 200-day, right? So again, if we were at the 200-day below us at a 30 RSI and it was underneath us, that would be a good risk to reward ratio to go long. Here, if you're long, your risk to reward really diminishes because you've stretched that rubber band pretty high right into a confluence of signals. Okay. So Steve is out of SSO. Great trade, Steve. And great trade on DDM as well. Okay. Off the board. This has been an unreal rally. I mean, unreal. You know, I told you the other day, would you rather be, you know, if you're bearish on the economy or bearish on the outlook, you know, would you rather be right or would you rather make money? And I'll tell you what, to the upside has been the place, even though every fiber of my body is concerned about these levels. But Does not care what I think. The market does not care what you think either. Price is the real guide. Steve says SSO and EDM both rejected 70 RSI very fast intraday. Okay, makes sense. And that's how Steve, decides whether he's going to get out. It rejected the 70 RSI. Quickly, he said, and a failed breakout. Okay. All right, so for me today, I'm going to take a shot here at the XLRE. If it closes above the 200, close above the 70, that will be my stop. Hopefully it'll be a small loss if I'm wrong, but if I'm right, I could come all the way back down here to the value zone. So to me, it looks like it's a good risk to reward, and I also have a bunch of long positions as well, so I don't mind evening it out a little bit with the short. So I'm going to go ahead and short XLRE. Okay. Okay. And I will be buying the SPY at the close. But JO is fine, nothing to do there. SPY, I'm buying at the close. BA, don't have to do anything with that. Amazon, making my exit decisions on Friday. Etsy is not closing below the previous day's low inside bar, so that's a hold. And Alibaba also in trailing stop mode if I get it closed below the previous day's low or a rejection of this high over here. Glenson, gaps left at 29.80 and 28.60 feel like they'll be filled sometime in the summer. Glenn said that's a 9% pullback from the high. Yeah, that's a good point. There's an old saying in technical analysis that most gaps get filled. Even the big gaps that we had on the downside starting in February and March, they all got filled to the upside. But now we have a significant amount we have gaps below us. I mean, we have a gap here at about 296 on the SPY. We also have this big gap here back about, I know you guys are talking about the SPX, but I'm just looking here at the SPY. But look, we have a gap here, and we have a gap here. Very likely will be filled. Good analysis there, Glenn. All right, so we have about 30 seconds. I already shorted XLRE. Ten seconds on my end here. Okay. There is the close. So listen, if you have any questions about what I did today, if you need any clarification, if you have any questions about anything, please just let me know. Going to go through what my new entry amounts were, what my entry prices were, and then happy to look at any other charts or answer any questions. But before I do, I just want to do my quick little daily plug and let everybody know that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I do have a course. It's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so a total of 15 hours. I have been trading for 24 years. I've studied one-on-one with some of the best traders out there, like our friend Stephen Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Kerry Lavorne, Larry Williams. I've studied one-on-one with each one of these gentlemen, and I've learned a lot. And I've also learned a lot by my trading of 24 years. So in the course that I teach you everything that I've learned from my teachers and mentors, plus all my experience as well. And if you've been thinking about taking the course, I think you would really like it. I really do. It's $1,000, but I try to make it affordable. And I think for the money, what you get, it's worth every penny and more. Just to give you kind of a quick format of the course, like I said, it's one-on-one, it's long form. About the first part of each lesson, I do the teaching of whatever we're learning about or that I'm teaching about that day. The second half of the lesson, I basically ask you a lot of questions. I have you teach it back to me. We do lots of chart study. We go through lots and lots of charts, lots and lots of, individual days, and I'm asking you, what looks good here? Where's your next trade? What type of trade is it? Where's your emergency stop? Where's your intermediate term stop? Where are your profit targets, right? Look at these two stocks. Which one's better? Tell me why. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of interaction between the two of us and a lot of questions. And so you'll be doing a lot of the speaking and breaking down charts after I teach you. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. I think you will really enjoy it. You can send me a message by email. My email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And, if I do get a message from you, then we'll set up a Skype call. It's not a sales call, and it's totally free. I promise you it's not a sales call. It's just a call for us to get to know each other a little bit better. I want to learn more about your trading, your methodology, your challenges, your goals, and then that's a good time for you to ask me specifics about the course. And again, it's not a sales call. You will not feel pressured, I promise you. And even if you don't want to take it, that's totally fine. At least it was nice to put a face with the name. So if you've been thinking about it, reach out to me, and I'm have my lesson tonight with Gary. So always looking forward to that, Gary. I'll talk to you at 6:30 p.m. my time, which is 8:30 p.m. your time. And again, we're going to be talking about V1s and V2s, my favorite. So after tonight, I think Gary will be an expert on V1s and V2s. I should mention too, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps build the channel, helps YouTube share it out there with more people. And sure is a lot of people out there that could use some help with their trading. I'll tell you that. Okay. Pincy & Co. phased out of BA today. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. So you must have been trading on the daily, right? I'm not sure. I've hit 1 profit target, 2 profit targets today, but I haven't phased out yet. This has been a monster trade. My gosh. I mean, it has been a while since I've had this large percentage trade, but that thing's up 21.6%. It's amazing. Okay, Kamal says exited AGQ last quarter. Okay, that was a great trade, Kamal. Congratulations. Had to give back a little there at the end, but you never know how high it's going to go. If you would have got antsy with it before, you wouldn't have made as much. So, you do give some back for sure. Exit a Roku. I kind of figured that. Dang Roku anyway. Keeping Gib, I would say so. Nothing wrong with that. That baby's just moving up and up. Great trade there. And JO. Right. Karen, Kamal, Frank, and Miko have JO. Okay, good. Gary says, gotta run. See you tonight, Greg. Thanks, Gary. Looking forward to it, buddy. Wiener Dog says, congratulations, Kamal. Kamal had a nice trade. You had a nice trade on silver as well, Karen, if I remember correctly, right? Really glad to see this trade here for Bing He. He has a new job, so he can't wake up as early to be in the podcast. Although he's going to try to do it on Fridays. But he's up 7.85%. That's a monster. Congratulations, Bing He. Oops, what am I doing? Pinsky said, I only had 3 shares, so I run out of stock very quickly when hitting prof targets. Gotcha. I totally understand. Okay. Had struggle not selling Bob at a day. Yeah. I know, Karen, right? I mean, this is where it failed last time. But if you look at it objectively, it made a higher high. It made a higher low. It hasn't rejected previous resistance. It's not overbought. MACD is positive. I totally get it. It gets hard to hold these things. That's why I like to scale out, right? I scaled out a little today, so that helps me a little bit. But better to wait until something happens, a red flag happens where you can say, okay, it's stalling or something. But this is right on up there. Okay. So SPY today, I got filled at 312.18 and I shorted XLRE at 36.43. All right. So SPY. $312.18 for the overnight SPY trade, and XLRE all right, XLRE I shorted at 36.43. All right, I'm 1 penny in the money. And again, if we close above that 200-day, I'm out. That's my stop, right? Giving myself, hopefully, theoretically, a small stop. It could go racing up, but if it closes above the 200, I'll just say, nope, I was wrong. But, this kind of risk here with the potential of this kind of reward here, who knows? But that's the theory. That's the trade setup. That's how I have to look at it. Karen says, it's near the RSI where it's failed before. Yes. It's near the RSI where it failed before, and it's near the previous high where it failed before. Yep. I'm with you. Tomorrow if we reject that, I might consider just taking it off. If we have a bearish bar, like it opens higher and reverses lower, or opens and then goes up and closes all the way lower. We've had a couple good trades on this. If you remember, we've had 2 nice trades. I think we bought it here, phased up to here. I think I got out here, but that was a nice trade. And then here's, we hit a double on this here, and then bump, 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 bump. Man, I'll tell you, it's kind of sad that Steve's not doing his weekly newsletter. It's like I spend 3 days a week with Steve, just he and I, on the TV watching his weekly newsletter. So I'm going to miss that. And I don't know how many of you out there had subscribed to that. I know Kamal had for a month. But yeah, boy, end of an era, I guess. I hope Steve will still share his trades with us, even though he's done with that now. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate it. You have a super afternoon as well. Oh, and Karen, yes, Karen watches it also. Yes, definitely we'll miss it. Yep. Well, I always enjoyed sitting back and watching it. You know, interesting when I sit when I'm in front of the charts and speaking and trading and thinking, it's different than at nighttime when I just watch his analysis, which is nice because I don't have to speak and I just listen to his analysis, which is, I mean, we trade similarly, not exactly the same, but it's just kind of nice to sit back and and get somebody else's take on it as well. I always see the charts a little bit differently when he's doing it, maybe because he's using candlestick bars. Oh, that's right, Miko. I will miss it too. Found you through Steve. Well, I'm glad you found me, Miko. And yeah, so Karen and Miko and Kamal and myself are going to miss that, Steve. Oh, Christopher says, I subscribe to it. LOL, it is finished. I know. I know. Well, let's see. Quad slightly underwater on his UNG trade. Glenn still up nicely on his Netflix. Kamal and Frank, beautiful trade. Boy, why did I not take that trade? I mean, I could literally use this in my class as like a perfect example of a higher low V1 bullish crossover above 50. I guess I'm kind of set in my ways. I'm used to the stocks that I trade, but I'm glad that Kamal and Frank took that. That's a beauty. And again, this here is from A. I mean, what a perfect, beautiful setup. And again, here's a V1 with the bullish engulfing bar. A V1 is where you have a false breakout from the previous day's low, breaks out to the downside and reverses back up. But not only did it have a false breakout from just the single bar, it also had a false breakout of the low of this range. So, and I mean, look at this trade. This is unbelievable trade for MA. I haven't seen MA, but I hope she's still in this. Quad, a little underwater on his quad trade. Plug trade, sorry. Karen and MA still in oil. Bing He with the beautiful, beautiful, again, perfect example. V1, which means the false breakout from the previous bar's low and reverse back up, and then also false breakout of the range back up all on the same day. Throw on that a rejection of the third ATR channel, and this is a beautiful trade. And then lastly, Bing He. Can't remember why Bing He bought this here, but it's worked out. But this is, this is a bit of a volatility bar. If I was long in this trade right here, this kind of bar always gives me the opportunity just to get out. Even if my stops haven't hit, even if my trailing stop haven't hit. This is a very bearish volatility bar. Opened higher, lower, bearish engulfing, high volume. So listen, any other questions for me today? Anything you need clarification on? All right. All right, everybody. Well, congratulations on a great day. Glad to see so many of those positions go up nicely today. So, okay. Well, that's it. Listen, I'm going to get my hiking boots on, head on out in the mountains. It's nice and warm out there. Come back, have a little something to eat, and then I'm teaching Gary tonight. So always looking forward to my lessons. So, if you've been thinking about taking lessons with me, I know you're going to like it. It's not super easy. It can be pretty taxing because it's 3 hours each session. But anyway, I'll do my very, very best to teach you what I know. So if you're interested, look me up. So thanks, Kamal. Thanks, Miko. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate that, bud. Please remember to go out and do something nice for somebody today, just a smile or a wave, or just be nice, be pleasant. We need certainly a lot more of that in this world, especially right now, right? And so that's about it. So, and if you could hit the thumbs up button, I'd appreciate that. If you liked it. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down button or don't do anything. But if you liked it, please do me a favor and hit that. All right. Well, listen, good day, everybody. Be nice, be good, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow during the last hour of the trading day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.